And now for our second T-Rex. As you can tell, this guy's going to be a little more elaborate than the first. I've got a white 160 and I've blown up about half of it, 12 or 14 inches or so. We're not even going to use all of it. I've got two green 260s, and for this I've chosen Fashion Forest green, the darker green, each with about a 4-inch tail left on the end of those. I've got a green, of course, our matching 160, about a 4-inch tail left on it, and then a white 5-inch round, about 1.5 inches or so. We're going to start with our 160. What we're going to do is we're going to take it and we're going to make about a 4-inch bubble. Then we're going to make a little small bubble just large enough to be round. Make that into a pinch twist. And we're going to make about a 1-inch bubble. Another little small bubble, again large enough to be round. That will be a pinch twist as well. And then we're going to make one more bubble the same size as this very first bubble that we made here. Grab the knot, and then we're going to twist those together. Be sure to tuck your nozzle through to lock it in place. That's one upper jaw. Now we're going to make his cheeks. Instead of using the 5-inch round on this guy, we're going to use fold twist. So make about a 2 to 2.5 inch bubble. Make that into a fold twist. Then you make another the same size. And now we're going to repeat the lower jaw just like we did the top. So we need the long bubble. And sometimes I'll make it just a hair shorter. I'll make the bottom jaw just a little bit shorter than the top jaw. Personal preference. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. Then I'll make another small bubble. The 1-inch bubble. Another small bubble. And the two small bubbles, of course, are pinch twists, just like we did up on the top. And then another bubble the same size as that one to complete the jaw there. Lock that in. And then any excess that you have left over, just pop off. Secure that in. And these are going to be the jaws of our T-Rex. Now we're going to take one of our 260s. I'm going to take the nozzle and twist it in where those fold twists are. Now we're going to take and make about 1.5 inch to 2-inch bubble. This will be his neck. Now we're going to make his shoulders. We're going to make one of those little round bubbles just like that. Make that a pinch twist. And we're going to make his 2 arms. So about a 2 to 2.5 inch bubble. Make 2 of those. And lock those back into that pinch twist. Now we're going to make his body about 3.5 to 4 inches long. And we're going to make another small bubble to make a pinch twist. Now what we're going to do, let me soften that a little to work it. We're going to make a bird body out of this section here just by going up to this pinch twist with a bubble that size and then back again with another bubble the same size. So we're going to make our first bubble. Lock it into that pinch twist. Now another bubble coming back. Locking it into that back pinch twist. And there's the main body and tail of our T-Rex. Let's go ahead and add his eyes. So we're going to get our 5-inch round here. Divide it into 2 equal bubbles. Just like that. And then coming up from the bottom of his head, bringing one eye on either side. Up to the top. Spin them around to lock them in place. And there's the eyes of our second T-Rex. Now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to complete the head now. We're going to take our white 160. We're going to twist about a 1-inch bubble. And then we're going to take the head and we've got these pinch twists. You can start on the top or the bottom jaw, it doesn't really matter. And you're going to take that little bubble that we just twisted and lock it into one of the pinch twists here. Just like that. Now we're going to make a string of small pearls, 2 or 3, however many it takes to get from this pinch twist over to this pinch twist here. 2 is going to work. Once you get your second one, lock it in. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make another bubble the same size as this first big long tooth. Those are its fangs. And now what we want to do here, I'm going to remove this, but you want to keep the rest of this balloon inflated here, just like that. Tie that off, secure it, and then tie off that tooth so you don't lose it, just like that. And then we're going to repeat the process on the other jaw. If you started with the top, now you do the bottom, or vice versa. Make your tooth, twist it onto the pinch twist, hang on to your balloon a little better. Now we're going to make our string of pearls, 2 of those, lock it around the other pinch twist, your last tooth, and now you can pop the rest off and let it go. Just like that. And if you want, I'm going to take and trim all those little stray ends there. Just kind of cleans it up a little bit. There we go. So there, let's go ahead and draw his eyes. His head will be complete. Now what I'll do, if you want to give him a mean look, you draw his eyes and then you take and just do a little line across the top, and now he looks a little bit meaner. And there's the head of our T-Rex. And now we're going to take our second 260 and we're going to make our legs. If you didn't see the first T-Rex, it's going to be the same feet, so we're going to go through those again. So you'll start with a small bubble about 3/4 of an inch to an inch, then a small round bubble, just big enough, bubble big enough to be round. Make that a pinch twist. Now we're going to make a foot. Bubble about 1 3/4 to 2 inches. Then another bubble about 2/3 the size of that, and then a third bubble the same size as that first one there. Lock that into that pinch twist. There's the first foot. Now we're going to make a shin, about a 2-inch bubble. A knee, make one of those little round bubbles, make it a pinch twist. And a thigh. Our first leg is completed. Now we're going to reverse and go back the other way. So we're going to make another thigh, and at this point you can let go of that if you like again. Then another little small bubble, make that round, so you can make it a pinch twist. Now we need another shin, the same size as this one here. And then we're going to reverse and make the other foot, so make a little small round bubble, make it a pinch twist. Then first side of your foot, the end of the foot, the other one, and you should have just enough left over to lock into that pinch twist. And make the little bubble sticking out the back. There's your 2 legs and feet. Put that twist back in the middle and grab your body and attach these at the bottom pinch twist. Just bring them around, cross them over to lock them in place, and position him so that we'll stand up. This guy kind of likes to look up, so sometimes you got to kind of take his neck and bend it forward a little bit. He likes staring up into space. If you'll turn his body so that you've got the bird body, one of them in the middle, and you can take and kind of pull his arms down a little bit. So now the top of that bubble there is pushed up in between his arms. That'll help his head look forward a little bit better. And there is your second T-Rex.